section with the search and filtering capabilities. These are all the features it's going to try to input into your web app, right? So our prompt is very, very basic. It's just this. Because you have established on what you want to create, right? Then it will even give you different design elements. It'll specify what kind of themes that it's going to use, what kind of animations, the theme. You see all of this here, and it even tells you exactly what it's working on. So it will take a couple of minutes to do, but the output is quite impressive. So for those of you who are new to Bolt.new, is quite a fascinating tool to see what you can establish in about, I think perhaps 20 minutes, I think. Um, it's quite astonishing. And like I mentioned previously, you guys don't have to necessarily follow the exact same example of the prompts. Do maybe perhaps not food, something else. Feel free to just like explore, right? You can get different results from this as well. Okay. Oh, okay. So I think I got a question asking why don't I use Chat GPT to generate web apps specs? Ah, okay, yes. So like I mentioned before, right? This is a freemium tool, Bolt, right? The problem is, okay, so here you have. Okay, so before I run through the web app, right? So let me just first answer this question. ChatGPT for you to provide a bolt. You can ask ChatGPT to create a bolt, create a prompt for you to give to another web app builder action. The problem with it is, the more in-depth and specific pages, web apps, and everything that you require for that one interface, you will max out your tokens in Bolt. That's the issue. Around for that would be you build your prototype piece by piece because obviously, okay, because you're just building an MVP, right? Not everything needs to be together in one point. You can have multiple different web pages or web apps initially with no investment whatsoever. And then once obviously you get a bit more of investment and whatnot, you want to invest into the app, you can generate more in-depth and heavier concepts web apps. So by all means, you're absolutely spot on. So you can definitely use ChatGPT to create a much, much, much more in-depth web app. But like I mentioned, because it's a freemium tool, there are some limitations as to how heavy you can create the web app for now. So let's just go through this web app, right? So it's just, let me just keep the prompt on the side. Just purely from this, what we have managed to generate from Bolt. You have this whole interface here. Everything is just reacting to what you are inputting. You can even have, let's just say you put India, is reacting. It's an interactive web app that you can use. You can go by cuisine, by continent, maybe Asia. Then you can specify India. It has the layered filters as well. You can do a lot of things here. Now, what else? Global cuisines. So it seems like it does not have a add to cart feature. So what we can do is, oh, it does. Okay. So let's just say it has, yeah. So you see here, you can view your cart, you can proceed to checkout. So then it is even generated your whole web app, your interface here as well. Then you have checked out, right? So basically, it has not created a checkout page, but we can ask you to create and integrate as well. But the issue is the tokens will be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Now let's just say, okay, now you might be curious, okay, but maybe I don't like the color or the scheme, or maybe I don't like the text here or something. So if you are someone who codes, it's not a big challenge for you guys because this is just a foundation for you and they can build from here as well. There are two different ways to use this, right? So for those who are not interested in coding, by all means, this can be a groundwork for you. You can maybe perhaps even fine tune through the prompts as well. So let's just say you have a whole team that's working on something, and then you want them to create specific elements that you like from this prompt here. You can literally just pass them the code and the interface. Then they can uh, dissect the elements in the code, and then they can reuse it and build on top of it as well. So you see all of these are something that you can use here. And you can change it in the terminal here as well, just to update the code, or you can just do it from the prompts. So maybe something as basic as just changing the color, right? Maybe it's just purely green. Maybe just change the theme from green to maybe blue. It'll take some time. We'll go through, and it'll create. So in the meantime, let me check if there's anything else. Regularly method to make all. Okay. So someone mentioned, I think bold.new is regularly a method to make all website. No, unfortunately, no. You will be surprised by the number of people who are not aware, not just of bolts, but on the benefits on how they can utilize AI or just these web app builders to get them off the ground and running, utilizing these apps. Because there's this misconception, right, that people think that AI is just going to replace everything and then you can just use AI to do everything. But the problem is, like I mentioned previously, right, you're at point A and you just get a point B. You, as the person, are the one who's defining what this point A is and what this point B is. AI can only help you to get from here to here. AI cannot define what this point B is, or your starting point is. Even if you look at the prompts that we have in ChatGPT, right? you we have to establish that we are someone who's passionate about food and cooking, that you want to create your own business, and you have some challenge, you want to explore some challenges and business opportunities. You mentioned that you want to explore some challenges and business opportunities, and just because you just say I'm someone who's passionate about food and cooking, it's probably going to reply saying, oh, that's good for you, right? Because you have not established the B. And the better your B is established, the better your solutions are going to be from AI as well. So prompt engineering is a session on its own, like I mentioned previously, which we can do as well. So it's not really something that is rocket science per se, but it's a skill as well that it can definitely be learned. Not a big issue at all. So if you look back here on our webpage, it's just instantly just turns to blue. Everything that was green, like in the theme wise, has been turned to blue, right? Okay. Oh, you're allowed to use the images in the crop issues. Okay, that's a very good question. Uh, to my knowledge, it's just safer to use your own copyright-free images. Typically in the code, you should be able to go and edit where the the images are being pulled from. So it's not a big challenge, but ideally it's better you don't use these images itself unless you are sure that it's copyright-free stock images, right? Okay. So okay. So we have now come towards the end of the session, the demo session mainly. Now, like I mentioned again, right? You see here, so you have about 41K daily tokens remaining, and then you can subscribe to a pro to get a more usage. So here, definitely you have a different billing subscriptions and things like that. You can feel free to explore these, but fundamentally, this is something that you can do with a free tool, right? And then once this is I think a daily limit. Let me just double check. Yeah, so you get about 1 million tokens per month with a 150 token limit per day. So you can come back, then you can build on this, or you can even just create different pages as well. So you have one here, they can create another one. So you can always keep modularizing it might even be better depending on what your exact purpose is, right? So uh yeah, so this is about it for our demo from idea to MVP, but there is a little bit of a bonus that I can share with you guys. Uh, here's a tool that I used to use before. Gamma.ai PPT Maker. I think this is the link. Yes, this is the link. Okay. So this is again another session, but for someone who just wants to get, it's a rough idea, just something to pitch their friends or just even like just some specific projects. You literally just need these three tools. You just need ChatGPT, Bolt, and this PPT, Gen AI PPT, right? So you can sign up for free. Once you log in, it will literally create presentations for you the same way that Bolt has done so, right? So Bolt here has given you a whole web interface that you can literally demo to the users, show them what kind of different elements that you want, what the specific features that you want in your website or your app per se. There's even a feature here that will be responsive as well. Yeah. So you see here, it can even demo for you the different types of interfaces, different tools that is there, everything for you. So if you see something like this, you can get it to edit here. So you can do a lot of testing as well using this tool. So the same way you can also use Gamma. But today, like I said, our focus is mainly on idea to MVP. So we will just be closing the session towards here. We'll be opening up a Q&A. So you guys can let us know if you have any specific questions. And I will also be pulling up the poll for you guys to share with us what kind of sessions you guys would like to see in the future. And yeah, so with that, I'll be closing today's session. Thank you guys all so much for joining today, and hope you guys have a great weekend and a week ahead. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Any questions, feel free to share in the chat as well. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Kirti Sharma, I think, is asking about can we generate the same exact sites for our own, or it's just for template idea? So I didn't really catch your question, sorry. Um, you're asking about using this template, is it? Okay. Okay, so basically, you will need to port out the code from here, and then you will need to host it on a web app, on a web page actually. So this is more just a template that is for creating. Yes, correct. So it is just an idea template where you can use this to demo to your team and whatnot, and then from here they can use the code to integrate into maybe an existing app, or perhaps just build your own app from here. But this is just a template. You can't really host the web page from here if that's what you're asking. Okay. Mm, okay, sorry, just going back up. A better experience AI, software and okay. You condition to avoid problems where AI goes rogue. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, I think this ties back into the same point that I was just sharing, right? So, for example, when you look at this, right, this doesn't host directly into any of your existing database or your existing code terminals, right? So it's a separate one on its own. So typically, what would be the best practice is don't copy this per se directly from here into your existing code. If you're already a web app, like a live web app, obviously integrate it into a separate interface, host it there, see if it works as this preview. Then you look through the code, just refine it, and then you use elements from there to paste into your live code. So it'd be better to use it as a groundwork rather than actually just using it as it is, right? So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Sorry. How will the recording from this session? Okay, so this session is not actually recorded, so it's just a free and open session because we don't really, I mean, because normally when you open the session for recording, people get a bit uncomfortable or they don't really want to, like be in the session, so it's not recorded. But if you guys have any questions or any clarifications that you guys would like to do, feel free to just drop me an email or just reach out to me on meetup.com as well. Let me just drop my email here for you guys in the chat. Okay. There you go. So you guys can feel free to reach out to me on this email. If you guys would like to discuss offline or just bounce some ideas off, or even if you guys are interested to like conduct a session with us as well, just feel free to just reach out to me on email. Okay, so just going back up. Um, okay, you want the prompts. Uh, sure, I can share the prompts. I mean, it's quite basic, no worries. Let me just, I guess put in the chat for you guys if you guys would like to just use these prompts. Uh, okay, let me just put it here. Sorry, just give me a few minutes. I'm just sharing the prompts with you guys first. Then I'll reach your chat again. So just give me a couple of minutes. GPT, then first prompt, second prompt. And then third, third prompt. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is for the chat GPT prompts. And then,
So there is an option to share in the top right corner.
sorry?
So there is an option of share top right
Oh, you
corner.
want the whole like the whole chat, is it?
I mean, yeah, if I'm just asking, yeah.
Okay, let me check. Oh, okay. I don't think this is. It's okay. I think maybe it might be other people might be able to edit this and stuff. So I think maybe it's just best to just leave it like that. I'll just
Yeah,
share the prompts with you guys. I think it might
yeah,
just be okay.
yeah. Yep.
So let me just get the bold one as well. These are, again, just to share with you guys, right? These are very, very basic prompts. So if you guys really want a session dedicated on prompts, right, just do let me know, and then I can have a dedicated session just purely on prompts. Then like we can all discuss on what's the best way to create prompts, what kind of prompts are the best, most efficient, things like that. It's a whole session dedicated just to that. We can also do prompt engineering for ChatGPT, Bolt, and maybe perhaps even Gamma as well. It will be a longer session, but we can look into it as well. Okay, yeah, for Bolt as well, it's been shared. Okay, let me just go back up into the chat and see if there's anything else. LinkedIn. Okay. Ah, okay, for those of you asking for LinkedIn, feel free to email me, and we can see if we can take it from there. Okay, how can we know about the next sessions? Yeah. So Meetup is the best way for you guys to be notified of any upcoming sessions that we announce. But if you guys, again, like I mentioned, are curious on any specific sessions you're looking forward to, right? You can share in the poll, or you can reach out to me via email as well, and I can take it from there and we see how we can go moving from there. Okay. Else. Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else here. So, anybody else who would like to share their views or anything from the polls, feel free to do so. And if nothing else, thank you all so much again for joining us today. Hope you guys have a great weekend and a lovely week ahead. Thank you guys. Bye bye.